People are the most important asset to any organisation. You will want to create a schedule that's sensitive to the needs of your people. It includes when they're available, what roles they are able to fill, and how often they are available, with whom they prefer to work. Now we'll show you how to set that up. The lower left panel in the main window is the People panel. I'm just going to hide the other panels so that we can see all of our people. For each person in household, you can enter certain details. To create, you select New Person. First of all, you type in the last name. Let's add John Smith. I can add a number of details, although none of these are strictly necessary. I can add a household. For instance, let's have a look and add him to the Smith household. Actually, there is no Smith household, so I can create a Smith household by editing the household and adding Smith as a household. Smith is now the household for John Smith, and I can add the address, telephone details, absences. To add an absence, I would click Add, and I might select date range, and let's say he's absent from the 4th of November to the 18th of November. OK, and I can click Save. Now I have John Smith. Now if in a list like this it's a bit difficult to find a person, you can type in the name down here in the lower left and you'll see it'll go straight to that person, and there's John, the new person I've added. Now we can also enter usage targets. A usage target indicates the preferred serving frequency for a person. That is, say they like to serve no more than once a month, and this is done in this tab here. An enforced break can be specified. An enforced break is a number of days between which you cannot serve that person. So for instance, I could put 14 days, in which case Smartroster cannot put that person on for 14 days after any time that they're scheduled. There are other possibilities such as pre-assigned schedules, which we'll talk about later. An association for a person. Now this is where you indicate that a person prefers to serve with or possibly to serve not with another person. So let's specify that John Smith has an association with Harry Alexandri, and that is to always keep together. So that will require them to always be scheduled together. You can specify for all roles or say only for a certain role, or you can say for all events or only for selected events. There's other options there which are all specified in the user manual. Now I can decide which events. So John Smith may only serve on the AM service, so I will remove PM service from his service events, and I can add roles. I can add him to the service leader role, and I can add him to the setup role. So these are the roles for which he is qualified to serve, and I'll click Save. Now you'll see that if I show the roles for service leader, John is service leader and unsetup. So if I look under service leader, you'll see that John is now listed. John Smith is now listed, and setup, and you'll see that John Smith is listed. But you'll also notice that he can only serve on the Sunday AM service because we indicated for John that his events only include the Sunday AM service. So this is just some of the features that can be specified when setting up a new person. And another important detail for setting up a person is their address, contact address, email address. So here I'll set John's email address as johnsmith at say google.com, and I can also specify his email mobile number or personal mobile. So let's say it's 0403 556 7332. Now the reason I specify that is because when you send reminders, you can decide to send reminders here by email or not to send any reminders at all. If message texting or SMS is activated in your license, then you will have another option here to send reminders by SMS or by cell phone text.